Good morning, welcome to the next podcast of Andy Collier-talks cricket memorabilia. The observant among you might just realise that I've added a couple of books onto the middle of the shelf of the bookcase here, with Peter Lloyd's fantastic Warren Barnsley and the first Mr. Cricket, which is a great insight into the great man, and then Patrick Faraday's Wilfred Rose book. So they've made it onto the shelf now, so well pleased with my purchases there. So hopefully they're all sold out and everybody has enjoyed them. So onwards and upwards for those two. I think Peter's doing one on Monty Noble next, so hopefully that'll be just as good as Warren Barnsley's. So anyway, just going back to last week on the MCC postcards, I mentioned that these postcards here were done by the Rhymester. I didn't really go any further on that. These are 1903 team to Australia, and the Rhymester is actually Albert Craig. It's a book there on the Albert Craig, Captain of the Crowd, by Boundary Books there, and Tom Loughton, forward by David Frith. So that was the thing I sort of failed to show you last week, and there's a photograph of the man there, Albert Craig, quite a popular character in the day, and going around the grounds mainly in the south of England and doing poems and what have you. So quite a character in the cricket in those great days. So that's a nice book. That's been out quite a few years now, that book there. So anyway, so anybody can get hold of that. It's another interesting book on Albert Craig. So anyway, this week something turned up this week which was sort of the conclusion, not really a conclusion because there's bound to be some other bits and pieces out there, the conclusion of the 1946-47 tour to Australia, which was the first tour after the Second World War. And this is a thing that turned up here, which is a Christmas card, which was produced by the travelling press contingency. We're including Swanton and Bowes and Kilburn, George Duckworth, and that's a picture inside there of the MCC team as well. So we've got that, and it's got on there, with all good wishes for Christmas and the New Year, with the England cricket team, Australia 1946-47. So that sort of brought that sort of little bit of a collection to full circle, which started with the 1946-47 team there, signed by the Farley stand, which I think was demolished in the early 70s. That's quite a nice fully signed photograph there of the team. And so the other reason that I actually got that was here's the signed ship here. They were on the Stirling Castle, which was at the time decked out still as a warship, so or troop ship, should I say. So no airs and graces there, no beer on board apart from the picture you can scrounge off some of the crew, and bunk beds and all that sort of stuff. So it wasn't particularly a great journey over there in the first class that they're used to, but that's a nice one. But on the reverse of that was the press team. So that's September 46, so sailed the end of August. This must have been on board ship, but they've also got Arthur Maley on this one here too. So that's a signature that goes with all these players there. So there we are. So that matches that up. Didn't get Bill Vose on there for some reason, but there we are. It's got George Duckworth on there as well. So quite a nice little addition to the collection there. Just a couple other bits from that 47 tour was the Christmas card here, which was signed by Eric and Alec. Alec obviously selected for the tour, but Eric went with a donation of £500 from a donation from a Surrey cricket supporter, I think was the answer to that. So he got given 500 quid so he could join his brother. Probably the first time he'd ever been away from him, so quite a nice gesture there. And then we've got a nice photograph here, signed photograph, Dennis Compton in his 1946-47 blazer. This is actually a photograph of for the Brill Cream production, so quite a nice, excellent condition photograph there. He was the leading scorer on the tour, and the leading wicket taker was this. This is Doug Wright's copy from the New South Wales Cricket Association production of a souvenir programme, which got all the pen pictures obviously in there and scorecards. Some nice advertising in there as well. So there's a nice picture there of Spothoff and Lily White. So that's a New South Wales production for the souvenir programme, which was Doug Wright's collection, the Kent leg spinner. It was in fact unplayable on his day, according to Bradman and a lot of other people. So anyway, I thought I'd just continue with the rest of the MCC postcards this week. That's in this little collection here. We got up to, where did we get up to last week? Here's a nice one here, 1928 side with his Ames, his lovely blazer. This has got some writing on the back as well. So a lovely condition card there, and that's gone to Chatham. So on the 1st of the 11th 36, so it's obviously a few years later than the 1928 tour. And then another MCC, famous MC player was this one here. It's Phil Mead. This is down at Southampton, by the looks of things. It could actually be Dean Park, to be fair, looking at those houses at the back there. Signed picture of Phil Mead there, and I think that's Brown opening the batting with him there. I've had it quite a long time. That come with a bunch of bits and pieces in a lot, that did. So quite nice for that one. Another one here of Trevor Bailey. Trevor Bailey's 50-51 tour blazer. Quite a nice little photograph. They've got a couple of creases in it, but quite nice there. This one not necessarily an MCC tour, but the Lionel Tennyson tour to Jamaica. On Jamaican Road there. I think I've shown this one before with the signatures on the back there. On there, A. Tennyson, which is a cousin of his, of Lord Tennyson's, which he only played the games on that tour, so reasonably rare signature there. Coming out of there, so that's quite a rare postcard there with us from Jamaica. What was that, 26-27. Just continue on now, we've got a nice one here of Herbert Sutcliffe. This one's to Joan, which I think was a cousin of his, playing the forward defensive there. So that's quite a nice postcard. Herbert Sutcliffe, signed one. And then we're going to go on to the team photographs of the England team here. This one here is, which one's this here? First Test. Lords, which is early 50s, I think this one. Yeah, 56. So quite a nice card there. It's got the signatures on the back there, obviously facsimile ones. You can always tell facsimile ones on these things. But they still get peddled on eBay as being genuine signatures, so a bit of work there to be done to educate a few people. What have we got here? England team 1949, which is quite a nice photograph there. Got the team written out on the back there. Likes of Eric Hollis in there, Doug Wright in the back, in the front, Freddie Brown skippering, early Len Hutton there. Another one here, another nice one, which again has got the signatures on the back. This one is, what have we got here? This is Ken Barrington's debut, 1955, first test match v South Africa. So quite a nice card there. There's young Ken there, proudly wearing his England jumper. As I say, the signatures on the back there, again facsimile ones. So quite a nice, larger postcards in those days. And there's an older one here of C.B. Fry on the steps, a signed one here of C.B. Fry. That's just a fairly recent edition, that one. And a lovely one here of Typhoon Frank Tyson. Photograph there, General Central Press photograph there of Frank Tyson. Lovely signed photograph there. Just a few more to go. I'm back in each place. And a lovely one here, original photograph here of Sid Barnes, 1907, that one. So quite a nice photograph there, and it's what looks like a homemade jumper. I think that's at Sydney as well, so quite a nice rare one there of Sid Barnes. So another one here of Maurice Tate in his swim gear in South Africa, on a Durban beach in South Africa. Signed there by Maurice Tate, and I think this one here was something to do with the South African press. Can't think of his name now. Anyway, so that's quite a nice one on the 1930-31 tour. There's a couple more to go now. We've got another one here of Sid Barnes, which is only a facsimile photograph, but it's a lovely one with his touring blazer there. Probably 1912 perhaps. And then I've shown these ones before, which are the Waterman's pens with Jack Hobbs there in his lovely blazer, and a cravat as well to boot. So nice one there, Waterman's pens. This photograph here actually was shown this morning on Facebook, but there it is there with Percy Hendren signing in with his Waterman's pens. Nice signed postcard there. And one here of Ranji Cindy, which I did show the other week, but I still haven't found out what that blazer is. So if anybody out there has got any idea what that blazer is, be pleased to know. Ranji Cindy there. What else we got? We've got another one here, just really early Houghton Larwood postcard there, having his photograph taken down in Hove with his second 11 cap on. So nice early one there of Harold Larwood, quite a rare one too. So that sort of brings to end the sort of MCC ones. There's a couple of later ones here with the 1994 tour to the West Indies, which I was fortunate enough to see the Barbados Test, which lives in the memory. We've got there the Prudential Trophy Team 1980, and then one last one, which is, I'm getting them back in, the thing is a bit of a pain, I'll put that on here later. It's a nice picture here. It looks like it's at the Adelaide Oval of the MCC team there, signed by Jeff Boycott. So that's more or less what's in the MCC side of the postcard collection. Just going back to the Ranji Sinji one there. Good news is that Nicholas Sharp is on the mend, so we've got some stage in the next couple of weeks an interview lined up with Nicholas Sharp with his fantastic Sussex collection, and much to do with Ranji Sinji. So I'm looking forward to going down there and having a little interview with Nicholas Sharp, who's a major collector. So looking forward to that. So anyway, looking forward to the Liverpool game in a minute on the TV, which is unusual for them to be on the TV, so on terrestrial. So looking forward to that. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed that podcast, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.